Alright, hello, welcome back. We are going to be doing a video on online etiquette while Spidey swings around his city. For those of you wondering, one of the reasons I do videos like this, where I have, well, essentially traversal in video games while discussing other topics, is I find it very zen-like and relaxing to do it this way. And I think, just a pet theory of mine, that translates. That when you're doing something very zen-like and then discussing, you know, something like philosophy, something, or even like, say, a lecture, if I were to give a lecture on history or something like that, this would be actually a very good way to learn. That's just my pet theory. Let me know what you think about that. So, anyway, we're gonna get back. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you'll know I had that. You know, I'm just one of those guys who who seems to be controversial regardless of what he does. And you know, when you're online and expressing a view that's maybe a little controversial, shall we say, you tend to find, yeah, a lot of people being very rude to you online because they don't agree or share with your point of view. So I thought I'd do kind of just some etiquette tips, and this will probably be more than one video. So this is going to be online etiquette with Spidey. But just etiquette tips to, you know, how to behave online, you know, in a nice, respectful fashion to everyone involved. Now, keep in mind, this etiquette, you know, I'm just going to say this because a lot of people feel strongly about etiquette, but it's not forcing you to behave or act a certain way. It's pretty much just advice for, you know, what'll help you out, what'll be good for you and for the people you're talking to. You know, just like manners, like a lot of other things. It's just good advice, basically. So, I'm a little low now with Spidey. Anyway, so one of the things I want to talk about, so yeah, we'll start with this because it's something that I find really interesting. If you follow Twitter, regardless of your political views, I highly recommend you get on Trump's Twitter feed, because this is really fascinating. And it's not so much what Trump says, it's how people react to what Trump says. So, you know, about 3/4, if you look at the comments under what Trump says, 3/4 will be a negative reaction regardless of what he just said. And I think recently on his New Year's Eve text, which was pretty simple, straightforward. He just said Happy New Year's Eve to just Happy New Year's Eve. That's all he said. When I pulled it up, the first comment I got said "F you," so people, you know, react, I think, very badly to Trump. So this advice is going to relate directly to kind of how people react to Trump and stuff like that, which is don't take things so seriously. I know you feel strongly about politics. I know there's a lot of serious things that happen in politics that, you know, you disagree with politically. And that's fine, but when you start taking them, not, you know, seriously may be the wrong word, but personally, when you feel like it's a personal affront to you that somebody thinks or feels differently about something, you start to have problems, and it's especially true online. And it's very true. It's so oftentimes I will post something, somebody will say something that I won't agree with, and I'll post something. Sometimes I could be nicer about, but, you know, usually it's just me saying, well, I don't agree with this, this is what I think. And, you know, I will get a disproportionate response to that, of people just being very, very angry with me for having a different opinion on this. And, you know, oftentimes this will result in people being quite abusive towards me, and I think everybody's experienced something of the sort. And it's easy to dismiss people, especially when you're online, as just, you know, crackpot and nut job. You know, once you You know, I know this was used in Wayne's World, and he claimed to be quoting somebody, but I'm not sure if the quote was accurate, but he said, if you label me, you negate me. And that's very, very true. Once you label someone, they are no longer anything but what you've labeled them. That's all they've become. And in many ways, it's very dehumanizing to people when you smash a label on them like that. And, you know, honestly, I think it's actually quite a dangerous thing to do. So, because once you dehumanize someone, it doesn't matter what you do to them. If they're not human, it really doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want to them. And, you know, when you start to think of people who have different opinions as being less than human, you know, you basically, you marginalize a group or a type of people. And we're seeing this come back, you know, with politics especially, but with all kinds of things. It's been happening a lot recently where if you don't hold quite the right views or the same correct views, certain groups will label you as, you know, being, you know, horrible person. I think certain people who shall remain nameless after Trump was elected labeled certain people who are women, I should say, because that's kind of important, labeled any woman who voted for Trump as being, you know, either under their husband's control and not able to think for themselves, or as not having enough confidence in themselves to vote their true hearts. And, you know, it kind of never really comes up that, well, maybe these women voted for Trump because they liked him more than Hillary and wanted him to win, be a president more than they wanted Hillary to be president. And it's that sort of marginalizing that I think is very dangerous. Because, you know, women, everyone is their own person. So, gonna say that as the first big etiquette rule. I'm gonna call it etiquette rule of online. Don't label anybody anything, whether it's a swear word, whether it's, you know, just anything. Don't just say, oh, well, you know, they're obviously under their husband's control and they can't think for themselves. That is a long label, but it is a label saying, yeah. So no labels, nothing like that. Don't, you know, call somebody a jerk or swear at them or anything like that. Just, you know, just think to yourself, these people have a different view, a different opinion than I do. I don't agree with it, but, you know, they are welcome to it, and they may have a very good reason for thinking or acting the way they do. So that's my first rule of online etiquette. I will probably be posting more online etiquettes. Let me know if you want me to keep doing it as Spider-Man, or if you want me to switch up the games a little bit. And let me know what you think of my theory of... Ooh, I want to look out over Central Park. Excuse me. Wait. Perfect. Let me know what you think of my theory that just traversal in video games is zen-like and helps, you know, you focus and learn on things. And yeah, like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye.